Feeling behind doesn't mean you're failing. It usually means you've been through too much too fast. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Zokai, the modern day priestess, and we're going to get into some things about your nervous system being stabilized and confidence and how that works hand in hand. So first, get your notes because clearly I have mine. These are things that I write down when I'm talking to my friends, when I'm just having my quiet time and those random thoughts come. It's just randomly. And so some stuff is so juicy, you got to write it down. Like, have you ever had that type of conversation where it was just so good and it was so many jewels coming out and you had to write them down? I find myself having those moments all the time with the people that I talk to. If you don't have those type of people in your life, you better get you some. Okay, I digress. Let's get back to this. Okay, the body needs to stabilize before you can begin to have confidence. This is because when you've gone through something, your nervous system is still in fight or flight. Its only one job is to keep you safe and keep you alive. So when something threatens that, it can't do that job, right? And so when you're restarting in life or you're in that in between phase or you're trying to do some sort of reset, you need confidence to do that, right? That takes confidence. And we feel like we are cosplaying confidence because the nervous system isn't steady. And I know that's like a trigger word now. Everybody's saying nervous system this, nervous system that, yada, yada, yada. But it's the truth. Especially if you are in a season where you've come out of a divorce, out of a really hard breakup, any life transition, you're starting a new spiritual path, you have moved, you are in between careers, whatever those major life resets are that cause you to check yourself, reinvent yourself, get back to yourself, that takes confidence. But before you can get that, you need to be steady on the inside. You need to be calm. You need to know, all of you need to know, your mind, your body, your spirit, the subconscious program running in the background. Everybody needs to be on the same page and needs to know that you are safe in this season. Because what happens, especially at the beginning of the year when we have all of our resolutions and goals and intentions for the year, most of the time people start in January. Actually, me and my good Judy, we were talking about this today, and she was saying how she likes to start her fitness things in February because just the energy around period is so busy because everybody's like, oh, I'm about to get my body together. I'm about to do this. I'm about to go hard with my business. Everybody's back on YouTube, back doing this, that, whatever. You can't you can't calm yourself, you can't steady yourself if you're in that type of season. So, what I've noticed for me personally, especially 2026, January has been really, really, really slow for me. And I'm slowly starting to realize that that's a good thing because we got to kind of chill from coming off of the end of the year. And if you're going through a transition, at the end of the year and you're still rolling into the new year, you got to give yourself time, give your system time to catch up and slow down and recognize that in this season, that we're safe. This is where we also start telling ourselves the lie of I should be further along. Have you told yourself that before? You've done an assessment of your life and I've used air quotes because it's really not a true assessment. It's usually just us comparing ourselves to other people, what we're seeing, who's in our family, our friends, and it's not a true assessment of what it is that we really want. It's really that program where other people have told us what we should want. And so we are checking against that. And it's like, I'm not where I should be. Now, if you have done a really honest assessment and you have your own roadmap of where you would like to be, and you're checking it against what's happening because it's January and you're like, I'm not where I should be, that's a lie. If you are in a season where you have slowed down, that's exactly where you're supposed to be. The in between season, that's what I like to call it. The in between season is a real place, it's a real season, it's a real time. And it should be honored because you're preparing yourself. Last night in my school group, the Modern Day Spiritualists, I had a special session with the premium members, and we were talking about mapping your life. And this was one of the exercises that we did was writing down and assessing what's really a goal for us versus what we've been taught, what we've been programmed in the culture scape. And you really got to see a lot of this stuff isn't even what you want or what you desire or what you think about your own self and your own life. So we have to be honest with ourselves and take real assessment, right? And so when you are in a stage of reinventing or resetting, for a lot of us, we're just kind of resetting and fine tuning ourselves. You want to be in a season of preparation. Because if you keep telling yourself, this is one of my notes, if you keep telling yourself that you're behind, you're actually interrupting your own healing or advancement. Because think about it, what we're speaking, we're hearing, and what we're hearing, our brain is processing, and then is going to eventually put that thought into that subconscious loop that actually runs our lives, that subconscious program that's playing in the background all the time. That's what really runs us. And so if we're telling ourselves we're behind instead of we're in a pause, or what I like to say now is that I'm in a preparation season. If we think we're behind, we're actually stopping and interrupting everything because now, oh, I'm behind. And now what do you want to do? You want to rush, 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 rush. You want to not properly prepare for the season that you want to enter. And then you begin to recreate a life that you no longer want because you're rushing. You're not assessing your own goals and intentions and life that you want to create honestly. You're creating a life for somebody else. And then that puts you right back where you started while you're probably in a transition anyway, because you're rushing, you're making decisions out of a place of duress, right? So don't tell yourself that. Reframe that thinking and use this instead. I'm in a season of preparation. So when I first went through my first divorce and it completely knocked me out the game and I had to go back home with my parents, all of that. I think I've told you guys that story before. I used to take 3, 4 hour long baths and I would read the story of Esther. It was one of my favorite Bible stories. And this particular time when I read Esther, I saw it very differently, right? And what I saw was that before she became visible, before she was even allowed to be seen by the king, she had to prepare. She became ready. She went through 12 months of preparation just to get ready for one night. Meanwhile, we are only taking half a day and probably 1 hour out of that day to prepare, only to find out that we got to go back and start over again anyway. So, in your season of preparation, you want to get quiet, you want to get still, you want to remind yourself that you are becoming and you are allowed to take a pause. You are allowed to slow down. You are allowed to be in your in between season so that you can properly prepare to be visible. With that being said, I want to take this time to invite you to my 7 days of preparation. We're going to get our nervous system stabilized. We are going to learn the basics of the outside in method and how that actually prepares us to become the version of ourselves that we desire to be. It's a 7 day session. It's no charge to you. It's on the school platform inside of my group called the Preparation Room. And you're going to take your time and go through those 7 days and integrate the lessons that I'm going to be teaching. If that sounds like something that you need right now in this season, if you know that's for you, go ahead and click the link in the bio. I think I can pin a comment as well. And so, with that, I will see you all next time. Please make sure that you like, subscribe, share, comment, do all the things for me, girl. Okay. And I'll see you next time.